What is going on, casuals? Today, I have a video coming at you hot because I've been thinking about something. It has nothing to do with these fuck ass rankings. We're gonna switch this over really quick. But I've been thinking about the hype jobs this year, about the big fights, the big names, and how much they've lost. So I kind of wanted to go through and I wanted to give my opinions on the biggest hype derailments this year in every division. These are not fraud checks. None, I don't think these guys are fraud. Some of them maybe, but they're not fraud checks. All right? I'm not saying these guys suck. I'm just saying the hype they had before this year versus now at this present moment, it's significantly different, and it's changed. There's a dramatic shift, and they've lost a dramatic amount of hype. So I'm just going through and giving my takes and opinions on every single one of those guys in every division. So we're gonna start right off hot. Tatsuro Taira. I remember before this year, I might have been one of them a little. Talking about his grappling and how hype it was. Like, this guy's a sick grappler. He's got sick back takes. I remember seeing so many people picking him to beat Joshua Van. I remember him being the favorite against Joshua Van. All right. And now, while he did have a sick fight with Van, and he showed some really good grappling, this dude was able to get the back and mount of Brandon Moreno and maintain it. On Brandon Royval and maintain it. On fucking, like, all of his, like, a lot of his other opponents, Alex Perez, and maintain it. He got Joshua Van down. Butterfly hooks. They're fucking top 10 things jiu-jitsu has ever done ever. Butterfly hooks. Because he could not keep Joshua Van down to save his life. And that was the story of the fight. And I don't know whether to call this a Joshua Van upscale or Tatsuro Taira is just not as good as we thought. His grappling is sick, first of all. I still think Tatsuro Taira is sick grappling. Very, very good grappler. Joshua Van nullified his grappling. He nullified essentially his entire like top position and back taking system that he had. And he beat the shit out of him. Joshua Van's all the hype right now. But Tatsuro Taira coming this year, he was seen as, the next champion. It's going to be, people were thinking, him versus Pantoja. That's going to be sick grappling exchanges. Not anymore. Nope. He's not a bad fighter, no, but his hype has dropped dramatically. You ain't seeing motherfuckers talking about Tatsuro Taira. Besides for a Japan card. Not a fucking person on this. I have not heard of Tatsuro Taira's name since they fucking fought. And everyone was raving about early stoppage in that fight, but I ain't seeing a motherfucker talking about it ain't no more. Sorry for getting really quiet there. I have no fucking clue what I was doing. But, not a fraud, but hell, he ain't got no hype. Malcolm Wellmaker. I remember when Malcolm Wellmaker burst onto the scene. He slimes out Cameron Simon and slimes out Chris Matinho. And immediately I'm thinking, oh yeah, this guy's the next big thing. Cameron Simon and Chris Matinho, yeah, this guy's next up. Fuck. He lost so much hype after the Juan Diaz fight. Because with Ethan Ewing, I think people kind of started picking up on the fact that, oh, this is the Professor Finesser. Especially after Ethan Ewing beat Rafael Estevam. We're like, okay, well, this guy just fucking smokes undefeated fighters. We're just going to keep giving him these undefeated guys and seeing what he can do. No. He kind of still had the hype after that. So going into the Juan Diaz fight, I feel like me and a lot of other people were thinking, oh, yeah, he's still a good striker. He's still got good hands. I think he's still going to be able to go out there. He's going to put on a classic Malcolm Waymaker performance. He's going to slime out Juan Diaz. No. Got fucking dropped, and then he got taken down and ragdolled in the second and subbed. Yeah, not exactly the performance we were looking for. I think at this point people have kind of fully hopped off the Malcolm Waymaker train. I'm still rooting for him always. I'm always rooting for Malcolm Waymaker because he's a super fun fighter. I think with the right couple of next matchups, he could have some, he could get himself back on a good win streak. Maybe 3, 4, 5 win streak. But right now it's hype's died. You're not really hearing him be talked about as a prospect as much. Even though he's still a good fighter. He's still fun. He's still exciting. The dude can still slime you out with one punch. But he's just not talked about as much. I think it had to do with the waves. I think the waves did it. I think if he didn't cut his hair, he cut his hair, then he would have been good. But the waves did him in. It's tragic. But on a real note, I think it's definitely one of the biggest hype losses this year. It's okay though, because the Malcolm Waymaker hype loss is counteracted by the Sean O'Malley hype gain. He's gained more hype now. O'Malley's back to where he was. He beat Song Yadong. It was controversial, but then he's this is irrelevant. Yeah, we're talking about Malcolm Waymaker. R.I.P. Malcolm Waymaker. All I can say. I'm rooting for the bounce back, but right now the hype all-time low. I'm not gonna call him a fraud, but the hype is at an all-time low. Moving on to featherweight. One of the bigger featherweight hype losses this year. Lucien Keita. This motherfucker was talked about. I remember seeing a fucking Nashar MMA edit where it was like, he was dead, bruh. If he wanted you out there, he'd go do it on feet by himself. This guy was being talked about unironically, prime King Von. He was getting King Von edits made of him. And then this guy goes out there against fucking he gets booked against Patricio Pitbull. His fat ass misses weight. Then he goes out there, he gets booked against, he fights Nathaniel Wood, and he loses a fucking 29-28 pitter-pat decision. 29-28 pitter-pat decision. Oh my days, Lucien Keita. He just fucking does nothing at range like nobody else. This is the guy? Really? This is the guy? This is the guy everybody was talking about. Oh my days. Lucien Keita. Why was this guy so hyped to begin with? Nathaniel Wood is okay, that's a debut he deserves. But then it just showed he didn't deserve a ranked debut to begin with. Honestly, with how Nathaniel Wood was looking, Aaron Pico might have slimed this dude out. Oh, I mean, speaking of hype gain, Aaron Pico, I know, irrelevant, but I mean, this dude was being talked about this dude, next featherweight champion right here. I mean, this dude's still fucking yapping shit. He's yapping shit to Lerone Murphy. He was yapping shit to John Silva, calling Patricio Pitbull scared. He was saying, I could be champion right now. You're a Volk victim. Do not speak like you could be anywhere near his level. Alright, he's mid. Alright, he's fast, he's athletic, and he has a good record, and he has some fucking good knockouts. But why the fuck was this guy talked about like some fucking demon? What the fuck is it? I like some of the key to fucking Plumber knockouts. What the fuck does he know about top 15? I like some of the key to fights. What the fuck does he know about being ranked? Like, I don't get it. Like, it's one of the most deserved hype losses of all time. People are talking about this guy like he's the next big thing. I have genuinely not heard a peep about him since. Like, genuinely, I have not heard a fucking word about him since this fight. Not a fucking peep. The only thing I've heard of him is him talking shit to Lerone Murphy. And then all I see, and then it's just people shitting on him. Like, you fucking 29-28 decision, Nathaniel Wood. Lost Nathaniel Wood. What are we talking about? Like, come on, little bro. Come on, little bro. Back it up. This is one of the funnier ones. But moving on to lightweight. The most recent and probably one of the most prolific hype losses and switch-ups in MMA history this will go down as. Oh, that I go. Ilia Topuria. He will go down as one of his fight against Gaethje will go down and mark the day of one of the most prolific switch-ups and hype losses of all time. I still love Ilia. Oh my god, the amount of people who were ready to hate. Islam came ready with the hate pre-fired. Fucking, who else? Paddy came pre-fired already. Paddy, if Ilia beat Gaethje, or even went to like a competitive decision with Gaethje, Paddy would be this on my list. Paddy's so lucky that Ilia's brother called it off. Everyone's been calling him a quitter. Gaethje said he quit twice in the fight. And now at this point, Ilia can't even talk shit back. He can't even talk shit back. This dude went from literally moving like... Ilia was genuinely moving like Prime King Von. Fucking sliming out all-time greats back to back to back. And then after fucking a poor performance against Gaethje, this dude was never the shit to begin with. Okay. What the fuck? The hype loss and the switch up on him is insane. Almost as great as the great Joshua Van switch up of December 2025. I remember when people switched up on Joshua Van the same way. And Joshua Van won his fight. People were praying on his downfall, hoping Tetsuya Taira would beat him. People are going to be praying on Ilia's downfall now, hoping that whoever it is, Paddy or BSD beats him. All I can stay on your side. You can stay on your side. I still rock with Ilia. Now, if you rematch Charles, we are beating Ilia Topuria. But any other fighter, stay on your side. We are rooting for Ilia. We will bounce back. Okay? Me and Joshua Van are going to prove you guys wrong again when we beat Pantoja. Me and Ilia, we will prove you wrong when we slime out Paddy and BSD in the same night. Okay? Stay on your side. But no, he did lose a tremendous amount of hype. I mean, he was landing clean shots on Gaethje and he couldn't put him out cold. Couldn't do this and that. Gassed out hard. Getting rocked bad in the fight. I mean, took a lot of damage. And he talked so much shit. The hype loss is crazy. He lost a lot of hype. Okay. Moving on to welterweight. I didn't really have a good pick for this one. Because no one really had a crazy amount of hype. So, Joel Alvarez. I'm gonna keep this one short. I guess I'm picking Joel Alvarez. He had some hype. I mean, he had a lot of hype from lightweight, and he was coming up to welterweight. He beat Vicente Luque, which is not really that bad of a win anymore, considering Luque just beat Gastelum. It's it's kind of weird. Welterweight doesn't have like fucking anybody hype right now besides guys who are coming off of wins. No one's really lost hype this year, only really gained hype. Uh, Joel Alvarez, I guess, had the biggest hype loss. No one really lost hype this year in welterweight. I mean, maybe JDM, but his hype really died down after getting fluked by Islam. I mean, hey, you got fluked. We will be back. We will slime out Pratas and Islam back to back, eventually. But I mean, Joel Alvarez was the only welterweight really hyped up this year on a good win streak that lost. I mean, I guess what Ramiz Brahimaj, maybe. Uh, you can maybe count like fucking. I don't even know, dude. Yeah, welterweight didn't really have anybody who lost a lot of hype. Really, a lot of hype gains, but not much. Yeah. Moving on to middleweight. Hamzat Chimaev. This dude, I remember when this dude was coming up, he was going to be talked about as like the greatest of all time. This is going to be the most dominant fighter ever. This guy's never losing. This guy's never taking damage even. This guy fucking, this is the brother raw. I beat people. I kill people. This guy looks unbeatable, unstoppable. Dude, this dude slime people out on the feet. This dude's fucking, he's done it all. After the Sean Strickland fight, he just looks so beatable now. He looks so beatable. Almost, he almost reminds me of like a Makwan Amirkhani. He's significantly better. Obviously, he was a world champion, but really shoots hard for the takedown and the grappling in the first round, and then kind of gasses and slows. Now people kind of know, oh, he's really dangerous early, but if you're prepared right and you can weather that storm across 5 rounds, you can make it a tough one. He's kind of just, he doesn't really carry the same like threatening aura. He's still a great fighter, he's still scary, but his hype has died and he just doesn't seem like the unbeatable like god people were like framing him as for so long. He doesn't seem like that like astounding. Still like a great fighter, incredible world champion. He just doesn't come off with the unbeatable energy anymore. Same with Ilya. I know I mean it makes a lot of sense now because he's 15 and he lost. But I mean Islam lost against Adriano Martins and he had the close fights with Volk, but he still kind of has this like unbeatable energy around him. He kind of just has this unbeatable energy. It's kind of like why I think a lot of people picked Pereira to beat Gane. He had that kind of like weirdly unbeatable energy, despite having losses and getting knocked out before. He had this weirdly like unbeatable aura because of his like, just because of the way he fights and his wins. Like, you know, and that's kind of what it was with Chimaev, but now it's kind of like, just doesn't seem like, dude, go home. Like, if he went down at a press conference and was like, I kill everybody. I think everyone in the crowd will kind of be like, dude, just go home. You're so old. Go back to your family, man. You're so old, dude. Like, it just doesn't feel so threatening now. And it's like, it's almost sad. but not really. You can't feel bad for him because he didn't really lose that bad. Ilya was sad. Ilya, I actually felt sad. I was like, fuck. This guy actually, off the wins he had, was like on track to become like, oh, this guy has GOAT. This guy's gonna become like undefeated GOAT, retire undefeated. Oh my god, I can't wait. No. No. Yeah. He nah. But then again, that's a lot of people on this list. So yeah, that's my pick. Hamza Chimaev. Moving on. Another legendary switch up at light heavyweight. Yuri Prohaska. I remember him going into the Olberg fight. He was so people was like, Yuri's gonna be champ again. Yuri's gonna do this and that. He's gonna be champ. He's gonna be the best. Oh my god, we're getting Yuri as the champ, Pereira as heavyweight champ. We got fucking neither. Worst timeline. Fucking Olberg and Cyril Gahn. It's just the way people talk about him now. I remember immediately after the fight where people are like, this guy's fucking stupid. First of all, it just summoned a legion of Carlos Olberg day one fans who just weren't there at all. They just came out the wood. I guess they were hiding like little gnomes just in case he lost, so they could, no one would ever know. But now that he's champion, people can, they've come out of like the hiding, the little crevices, and crawled out to be their little geeks that they are. I still like Yuri. I still think he could be champion again. He has a weirdly good and bad chin. He does not take the left hook very well. But the people talk about Yuri after this fight like, oh my god, Yuri, he was never championship material. He beat Glover, it was a fluke accident. He's good, never really championship material. He was never actually good enough to be champion. What are we talking about? Yes, he was. Yes, he is. People talk about like the Olberg victory, like Olberg outclassed him. Yuri's just fucking stupid. But it's the amount of Yuri hate that came out. Yuri's a shit fighter. Fuck Yuri. Oh my god. Olberg going from no personality to fucking, this dude's a fucking liar. This dude's a fucking idiot. He did not show mercy. He got fucking knocked out. Fuck you, Yuri. Like, just shit talking Yuri. I'm like, god damn, what the fuck? The switch up so bad, Olberg switched up. I mean, fucking shit. It's crazy the amount of switch ups this year. And we're gonna go right into heavy. We're not gonna dwell too much on this one because there's not too much to say, but we're gonna go straight into heavyweight. Alex Pereira. That's one of the biggest hype losses. Going from triple champ status, he's gonna be triple champ. He's gonna be the greatest of all time. He'll knock out Gahn and Tom Aspinall. He's gonna be fucking number one all time. He's gonna beat John Jones. I picked him to beat Cyril Gahn. Watching him get knocked out like that, this guy was, wallahi, we're cooked. Wallahi, it's cooked. You fucking joking? And he's still like double champion, but it's like, when you lose that much hype just getting like schooled and then finished by Cyril Gahn. Like, come on, man. Even without the back of the head shots, I think Gahn probably would have finished him. That's not the regard that the back of the head shots were there, but just lost so much hype. And then now people are calling him like a crybaby. Like, I've gotten comments where I call out the back of the head shots of Gahn, and people just call me a crybaby. Like, if this happened to Cyril Gahn, they'd be whining and bitching and moaning. But, I digress. It's irrelevant. Just so much hype loss. Two of the biggest stars in the sport, back-to-back fights, they get finished. Just lose so much hype. Like, oh man, it's just bad. The amount of talks of Pereira's GOAT status, the amount of talks of him going down as the greatest of all time, and now he's got knocked out by Cyril Gane. Bad, pieced up too. Like, the hype loss this year has been crazy. I might make this as the biggest aura loss video, but yeah, these are my takes for the biggest hype losses or biggest aura losses, if you want to call it, this year. Let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know if you guys have any like little niche ones that I might have forgotten about for hype losses or aura losses. But yeah, that's it. See ya. Hold on, wait, no, sorry. Yeah, struggling to find the stop recording button. Now that's it. See ya.